West Texas is a place where the land seems to go on forever, with wide open spaces full of golden grass and rocky hills. In the distance, you can see tall mesas and rugged mountains that look like they've been there for ages. Given how expansive West Texas is, one of the best places to see how big and beautiful this area can be is at Big Bend National Park. Named after the Big Bend in the Rio Grande, Big Bend National Park is located in southwest Texas, far from any major cities. Bigger than the state of Rhode Island, there is an extensive amount of things to see and do for people who love to hike, bike, camp, kayak, and explore. This video will give you a few ideas on what you can see and do while you are there, but this is not a comprehensive guide. Coming down from Marathon to the entrance of Big Bend will take you approximately an hour and a half. Most people will fill up on gas in Marathon before continuing on. At the time of this video, entrance fees for a private vehicle was $30 for 7 days and $25 for a motorcycle. Plan to use debit or credit, as this national park is cashless. Persimmon Gap Visitor Center is right after the entrance station at Big Bend. If there is no ranger at the entrance station, you can go to the visitor center to pay the entrance fees and permit fees, as well as get maps. At the time of my visit, it was under renovation. Named for the many persimmons that grow in this area, Persimmon Gap was a natural pass that was the easiest way through the Santiago Mountains. In the early 1940s, the Coopers operated a store out of what is now the Visitor Center, which continued when the national park opened in 1944. If you enjoy going off the beaten path, Dagger Flat is a 14-mile round-trip drive that will take you to a forest of giant dagger yuccas in a remote valley. While relatively flat, this gravel road is rough and narrow and requires a high-clearance vehicle or a mountain bike. Plan for this to take about 2 hours to complete. The fossil exhibit is an interpretive exhibit showing 130 million years of history through displays, art, and life-size replicas of prehistoric creatures. A short hike up will show you the area overlooking the exhibit center, as well as the area that once had a significant amount of volcanic activity with rivers and streams where fossilized remains are still found. What's left of the volcano now forms the Chisos Mountains. Not far from the fossil exhibit is Panther Junction Visitor Center. This visitor center has a small gas station, bathrooms, and exhibits. Backcountry and river use permits are also issued here. At Panther Junction is a small 0.2-mile trail that showcases some of the plants native to this national park. The trail is easy and wheelchair accessible. About 20 minutes from Panther Junction, you will find yourself in the Chisos Mountains and at the Chisos Mountains Lodge, right next to Casa Grande Mountain. Next to Casa Grande is Toll Mountain, named after the official Robert Toll, who recommended Big Bend be established as a national park. Emory Peak is located in the Chisos Mountains as well, and is named after Major William Emory, of the U.S.-Mexican Boundary Commission. Take the Chisos Basin Trailhead to get to Emory Peak. This trail is 10.5 miles round trip and is challenging. The Window Trail is 5.5 miles in and out and will take you to a window pour-off that makes a frame and gives you a view of the desert. The trail takes about 2.5 hours to complete. Going down is easy, however, coming back you will need to climb 1,000 feet, which can be challenging. If you want to see the window without taking a challenging trail, you can take the Window View Trail, a 0.3 easy loop. From here, you can get a spectacular view of the window with Ward Mountain to the left and Vernon Bailey Mountain on the right framing the window. Many people come here to get a view of the sunset through the window. The Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive is 30 miles long and skirts the west side of the Chisos Mountains. This scenic drive provides the best views of the geology in the area, as well as access to various trails. One of the most popular attractions here at Big Bend is Santa Elena Canyon. I recommend getting here early as parking fills up quickly. Take the 1.6 mile trail up and along the Rio Grande River for amazing views through this slot canyon. Not far from Santa Elena Canyon is the Santa Elena Canyon River access. Parking is near to the access point, and there are covered benches if you want to just enjoy a picnic by the river. This area is best for boomerang trips if you only have one car or do not want to pay for shuttle services. The first thing you will see along this 1 mile trail are the stone remnants of a farmhouse owned by James and Melissa Sublett. Sublett is recognized for being the first person to introduce mechanized farming in this area. Later on, Sublett cleared the land, installed the area's first irrigation system, and renamed his farm Grand Canyon Farms. The second structure along this trail is La Casita, built as a home for the Subletts. This is the only building of Grand Canyon Farms that remains intact. Further along the trail is the Dorgan House. Built by the Sublett's associate, Dorgan helped Sublett with his irrigation project. Castalon is a historically significant area listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The farming equipment serves as a reminder of the cotton boom that occurred here beginning in 1922 by Wayne Cartledge. By 1942, increased costs caused the cotton boom to end. This building was La Harmonia store, a frontier trading post that provided ranch supplies and catalog services to communities on both sides of the river. La Harmonia also unofficially housed the sheriff's office and bank. In 1961, it was sold to the Park Service and operated as a concession area. In May 2019, a fire jumped the Rio Grande and caused damage to the Castalon area. Recovery efforts are currently underway to repair and salvage this site. Close by is Magdalena's house. Magdalena Silvis lived here during the 1950s and cooked for the La Harmonia Company for 30 years. The house is a window into the past, but unfortunately it was closed during my visit. The Garlick House is behind Magdalena's house and was the home of Cartledge's farm manager, Wayne Garlick. In the 1930s, it served as a schoolhouse and is currently a visitor center for Castalon. Below the Garlick House is the Alvino House, the oldest intact adobe structure in Big Bend. Built in 1901 by Cipriano Hernandez, he grew grain and vegetables which he sold to the mining camps. In 1918, Alvino Ibarra moved into the home and made a living by operating the cotton gin and water pump, as well as being a tenant farmer. Balanced Rock is another popular destination at this national park. Off of Maxwell Scenic Drive, you will need to take a 6-mile, narrow gravel road to get to Grapevine Hills Trailhead. The trail is 2.2 miles round trip, and the majority of it is flat. However, the last quarter mile is climbing and rock scrambling. At the end, you will see the famous Balanced Rock, a very large boulder that appears to be balanced on other boulders. In the Castalon district and off Maxwell Scenic Drive is Big Bend's longest primitive auto trail. This is a slow-going dirt road that requires a high clearance and 4-wheel drive vehicle to travel on. If you can, this will take you to some secluded scenic areas. Long before GPS, people used geological landmarks that could be seen from anywhere, one of which was Mules Ear, the solitary summit of Emory Peak. Mules Ear Trail is near the viewing area for Mules Ear, is about 4 miles round trip, and is described as moderately challenging. Established by Homer Wilson, his ranch was one of the largest in the 20th century. This trail will take you down to the foreman's home, the ruins of a bunkhouse, and a corral, taking you back in time to what frontier ranching would have looked like. Big Bend State Park is a gold-tier, dark sky park where stargazing is at a premium. Not only do you have an amazing view of the western part of Big Bend, Sotol Vista is also one of the best places for sunsets and to view the stars. If you're enjoying my content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's completely free, and by subscribing, you're helping support the channel and ensuring I can keep making videos for you. Your support makes a huge difference, and I truly appreciate it.